Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, my name is Gabrielle and today I have a lot in store for you guys. Excuse me, mister. Mister, what are you doing? What are you doing? Can you please let me talk to the camera? I have a ton of life updates for you guys. I've been MIA for a couple of months and it's been kind of good and bad and rough all at the same time. So let's get right into the updates, and then I have some other stuff that I want to show you. So, Archer, you want to say hi? Come here. The first thing that I want to tell you guys about is just how crazy of a month February was, and then how it's kind of rolled into March, and that leads into why I've been MIA on YouTube. So at the beginning of February, we got a notice from our rental company that our rent was going to be going up here at our one-bedroom apartment significantly, and we were like, we can't justify spending that amount of money on a one-bedroom apartment, and we really wanted more space because I really need an office. My desk is like back there, just like out in the open of our apartment. I've wanted a house for a long time, and I was like, okay, well, like I just haven't been able to see any rental homes for several months, but like maybe God will provide something. So ironically, I didn't realize this until later on, but ironically last year in August, and I will like put the list in here, I had made a list of what I wanted in a home. And so then randomly at the beginning of February, I find a house on Zillow. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go tour it today. I go see it, there's someone else there. I'm like, okay, well, we're probably not gonna get it. It's probably really popular, whatever. Long story short, we end up getting it. Several days of anxiety through that week, just like waiting to hear back from the landlord and just not sure if we were gonna get approved, etc. And we got the house, and it was such a huge blessing from the Lord. And then in retrospect, when I found that list that I had made last year in August, I looked at the pictures that I had taken of the house, and I was literally shook to my core. I was like, dang, God really knows the little details of things that we want, like that we don't even need, but just like desires of our heart, and how sweet is He to deliver those for us. Also, at the beginning of February, I took a leap of faith, and well, in January, I texted one of my friends because she leads worship at different churches and she contracts. And I was like, hey, I know that God has been wanting me to do this for a while, and so do you have any like connections? Do you know of any jobs for me, etc.? So I ended up having coffee with one of her good friends, Erin, and we talked for like almost 3 hours. It was so good, and I just like felt God in those conversations. Oh, Archer. So at the beginning of March, I led worship for the first time, and I really feel like because of that obedience to the Lord, my life started like clicking into place. Not to say that numbers have anything to do with that, but I feel like I had just been kind of like stagnant on my TikTok account, on my YouTube account, and literally within a few weeks of me like taking that step of obedience to the Lord, then my YouTube channel hit 1,000 subscribers, my TikTok hit 1,000 followers, and like I had been stagnant for such a long time, especially on TikTok, and I just like started posting. Anyways, all that to say, I think there's a lot to be said for obedience, because like we found the house, we had provisions for that. And then Austin started having a lot of things go his way at work in February, and just like with YouTube and TikTok and things like that. Like I just felt like little things in our lives were falling into place, and it was just like such a crazy month, and I just felt God so clearly providing for me. And I also like I picked up another job like for my boss that I work for now. I started like helping her with a few other things like for her business, and that's been such a huge blessing. And I just feel like God just started to like open a lot of doors for me. And leading worship was like honestly really emotional, because it was the first time I had done it in 2.5, almost 3 years. And it was the first time I led worship since we got married, but it was also the first time that I led worship from a place that wasn't from like despair. Because in the past, when I'd been crying, I'd been like, God, please help me, like I'm so messed up or whatever. This time I was crying because I was like, I literally cannot believe God's faithfulness and provision over the last couple of years. All of that to say, if you are questioning things, if you are struggling in this season of life and you don't really know what's gonna happen next, just keep obeying God, because He has great plans for you. And I'm literally preaching to myself right now because that rolls into the month of March, okay? So then in March, I'm like, oh my gosh, February was such a great month. It's gonna be so good. So then I go to travel to see my best friend in Pittsburgh, and immediately I get hit with a stomach bug that is literally horrific. Like the morning I'm leaving to go to the airport, my stomach is upset. I'm running to the bathroom. I'm like, oh, maybe I'm just nervous, like about flying or whatever. No, I got there and I was in bed for like 12 hours all day. It was actually awful. So then I get back from that trip for like 3 days. I'm feeling better. And then bam, I'm at work. I start getting like allergies and like sneezing everywhere. And then I come home, I've got like chills, a fever, body aches, like the whole thing. I think I had COVID probably for like 4 days. So that was last weekend. And then there's just been like so many things piling up that we've had to like pay for in March. And it's just been like a lot on us. Oh, and then also we adopted a dog 2 weeks ago, literally right before I went out of town to see my best friend. So I'll tell you what happened with that. So basically at the beginning of the week, I saw an article for the Charlotte shelter and they said that they were over capacity. And I was like, okay, for fun, I'm just like gonna look at the link to see if, you know, there's any dogs or whatever. I really wanted like a smaller dog, a Chihuahua type thing. I didn't see anything like that, but then I saw this cute little dog and I was like, oh my gosh, Austin, we have to get him. So long story short, the times that they had for visitation that week did not work out for me to go. So I didn't even meet the dog. We adopted him without me even meeting him. Austin met him though, and he seemed so sweet. So then I spent all week like researching stuff, getting stuff for him, like all the supplies we needed. It's just been crazy. Flash forward, I've got the stomach bug. I come back, I'm better. I'm taking care of him. I'm working from home. Then all of a sudden, he won't eat his breakfast. We take him to the vet. He has got pneumonia. I'm like, what are the odds that I get sick twice back to back and now my dog is sick? I'm like, God, I am being tested. And I share all of this to say, like, that's real life. Like, we're going to have amazing months where we're like, oh my gosh, God is providing so much. And then we're going to have these months where things are not going our way and things just keep stacking on top of each other. And it's really, really frustrating. And I feel like, I don't think that God caused these situations at all, but I do believe that God has used them to be like, okay, well, like, you relied on me for the good stuff. Are you going to rely on me in the bad stuff too? That's a great question. Anyway, I say all that to say I just wanted to update you guys on my life because I have been really MIA. I've been very overwhelmed with just like a lot on my plate lately, but I love YouTube and I know that it's what God has called me to do for this season and to like be a light and to share his word with you guys and with the world. So I'm going to be hopping back on that soon and posting a lot more faith-based content soon. And we are moving into our rental home in like 10 days, maybe less than that. Let me think. I think 9 days. Okay. Anyways, so I'm really excited. I'm going to do an empty house tour for you guys so you can see it. And then I'm going to show you like how I decorate it, the little upgrades and things that I'm going to make because I bought like some little light fixtures to go in different rooms and stuff. So I'm really excited to show you guys that transformation because it's going to be awesome. I just got this couch so you can like see in the back the cleaning supplies. Like our apartment is so chaotic right now. But I just bought this couch from Facebook Marketplace a few days ago, got such a good deal on it, and so I'm really excited to show you like how everything comes together. I bought a rug on Marketplace the other day. So anyways, all that to say, I love you guys. Thank you so much for being on my channel. I really appreciate the support that you've shown me over the last few months. My life has just been kind of crazy, but everyone's life gets that way sometimes, and I just so appreciate you being here and supporting me. And hopefully there will be more content of my dog, which, by the way, his name is Archer, if I didn't already say that, and obviously that's a Taylor Swift song, The Archer. And I just love that song. I relate to it so much, especially the line that says, all of my enemies started out friends. Yeah, Archer likes that line too. Because the song is about him. Hello. So, you want to be on camera? You want to be on camera? My name is Archer, and I'm a sweetie pie. Okay.